Hello and happy Friday. So Memorial Day is in the rear view mirror. Those of us who have kids in CMS schools, school is getting out today. So we are transitioning officially into the summer season. And it's got me reflecting on kind of where we are in the year. And I realize I've never thought about this before, but we always talk about intentions when we begin a new year. So in January, we talked about where we want to grow and learn and grow closer to God perhaps this year, how we want to experience healing, connection, or purpose, and how can we bring it to others. And so I wonder for you, now that we're almost officially halfway through 2024, how are you doing on those intentions for this year? If you think back to the beginning and what you were wanting to focus on this year, how are you doing? I've also been reflecting on the different themes that we've been hitting through our time together at Lake Norman Baptist, from being a steward of God, who is the King, and using the resources that He's given us, to the mission and vision that He's given our church and our community, to the hope that we can find in hard times and for the future. And so as we transition into this season, I want to give us an opportunity to stop and reflect, to consider where we're at, to consider what God may be doing in your life. And so this weekend, before we transition into our new series, where we're going to look at how things are different now after the gospel has been introduced to the world in the life and death and resurrection of Jesus, how it's changed the world and how it can change our lives. But before we jump into that, I want to spend some time, and I want to invite you now, even to kind of begin to reflect this weekend on where you're at with 2024 in your relationship with Jesus, and how you want to see Him work on the back nine, the second half of this year. And we're going to invite Him to work in our lives. So we'll focus on that this weekend. I would love for you to be a part of it with us, either online or in person. Always better to see you in person if you're able to be here and join us. Excited to spend that time together and to consider the work that God is doing in us and where we want to see Him work in the second half of 2024. So until then, I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.